Hi everybody. So I want to give this recording because I kind of want to give you what I'm thinking right now, getting ready to go into the last week of PNE 204. So I've got all your exams posted. I have all the extra credit that I like with your ATIs, unless, like I said in class the other day, if you're a reentry student, then we need to double check and see if I can see your extra credit, and you need to get that submitted to me so I can give you your points that you've earned. Okay. Um, so here's what I'm kind of thinking. Like I said, I know I've told you guys this a couple times this semester that this is really the first time I've taught this course in 8 weeks before. I've always done it as a 16-week course. And so I'm not used to dealing with only 3 exams. I'm used to giving more of 6. And you guys are doing great for the most part. But sometimes it just doesn't set very well with me when I make a drastic change like this without having a backup plan in place in case I need to help you guys out a little bit. So here's what I'm proposing. Like I said, I've never done this before. This is not typical of what I do. I am willing to let you earn some of your points back on the exam. So what I'm thinking about is maybe allowing you to earn 10% of your grade back. So if you got an 80% on the exam and you wanted to do what I'm proposing, you could potentially raise your score to a 90%, which I think is a pretty fair thing to do. So here's how you would do this. So to earn the points back, I want you to actually, I don't like busy work. But I do feel like, if you missed the question, that you probably should go back and look at, well, why did you miss it? So here is what I think would probably work best for you in terms of studying. I think if I have you come review your exams, that would be exam 1 and exam 2, and you would maybe look at the question. And so let's say that you missed a question on a myocardial infarction, or MI, for example. I would have you write 3 points, like 3 key points of things that you didn't know about acute MI, and write it down. And I would have you do that for every single question that you missed on the exam, so that at least you would learn 3 new things about it that maybe you didn't know. So if it was specific to dietary, write me 3 things about the diet related to a patient that's had a myocardial infarction. I hope that makes sense. So, like I said, I've never tried this before, but I would like to give you guys an opportunity to earn some points back. I'm opening this to everybody. So anybody who wants to do this for extra credit, you can do this. Now, the rule I'm going to absolutely enforce, though, is you cannot exceed 100%. Okay, so if you got a 90, above a 90 on my exam, let's say you got a 95%, I would only raise you 5% as opposed to 10. I'm not going to allow you guys to get 105%. So you just got to think about, is it really worth it for you to do all this work? But I think it is. And I think for some of you who maybe aren't doing so well on my exams, this is an opportunity for you to really make a difference in your grade. Okay, so I think 10% is pretty fair in terms of doing this. I would like these turned into me by Monday after spring break. I believe that's March 18th. The thing about that is I'm not on campus on spring break, as most of your instructors won't be. So that means you need to meet with me sometime in the next week to review your exams, make your notes, and get an idea of what you need to be doing over spring break so that you can earn this extra credit. I really want you guys to take advantage of this. Like I said, I've never done this before. This is not typical for me to do. So this is a pretty amazing opportunity for some of you who maybe aren't sitting as high of a grade as you would like to be at. Okay, so get with me and let's kind of figure out what we can do for extra credit. The other piece that I wanted to mention in this video is I want to talk about the final exam, which is exam 3. In the past, I have allowed students to use 1 sheet of notes for my final, and I'm perfectly fine doing that for this. Again, I would like you to not be doing this and scrambling the night before the exam, so I'm also going to put a due date on this. I would like to receive a copy of your notes also by Monday, March 18th. And then that way I can review it and make sure that you haven't copied someone else's notes, okay? Because I've had that happen in the past where one student has typed up notes for the entire class and then tried to pass it off for everybody. That's plagiarism, so you cannot do that. It has to be your own work. And I do want to review the notes prior to you taking the exam, okay? Now, I want to send you a word of caution. When you are allowed to use notes on your exam, sometimes students take that as an opportunity not to study. You are still needing to study for this exam, okay? One thing that I definitely see is that students tend to perform worse on the exam when they use a sheet of notes. So do not let this be you, okay? I'm giving you an opportunity here to earn points back on exam 1 and exam 2. I will not allow that for exam 3 because I'm going to let you use a sheet of notes. So study for the exam, write your sheet of notes, and still do the extra credit. And hopefully that will be enough to give you guys a little bit of peace of mind with these scores moving forward. So if you have any questions, please get a hold of me. And I'm available to talk to you guys in class on Monday. If you don't feel comfortable emailing me, we can talk then. Okay? I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.